Happy Monday and welcome back to another full week of 50K training. I don't know why I'm doing this with my coffee, but that's the energy we're bringing to the week, the week today. So it is Monday, August 11th. Yes, August 11th. And we are 12 weeks away from my very first 50K, my first ultramarathon ever. So this means that the base building phase, everything I've been blogging so far has just been building a base, getting up to like 30 miles a week, getting on trails. Now base building phase is over and we're moving into actual training. It's getting serious. We're getting real. I took the day off work, thank the good Lord, because I spent all weekend in another city visiting some old friends, which was really fun, but I just drove back yesterday and I feel like my life is a wreck. We're eating our toast, our banana sun butter, homemade bread toast, some protein powder that I do not like, and of course we have our little coffee. The plan for today is gonna hit a run, 5 miles. Haven't decided if I'm gonna do that solo in the morning or in the evening with my run club. Probably in the evening because I do not feel like running anytime in the next 2 hours, and if I wait that long it will be too hot. Now that we're entering the main phase of training, these next 12 weeks, I do want to focus more on the things besides running that are really important. I've been really good at hitting on my runs, staying pretty consistent running wise, but eating wise, I do eat a lot of junk food because I think I'm not eating enough in the morning around my runs, so then in the evening or afternoon at work, I'm just eating like a ton of snacks. It's not great for the body, And I also want to focus more on cross training and like supplemental exercises. Aspirationally, every week, I'd love to hit 2 lifts and a day of hot yoga. But inevitably, if I'm already running 5 days a week, it's always like, well, maybe 1 day of lifting, 1 day of hot yoga each week, which is, I want to do some more of that for injury prevention, to keep myself strong, all of that. Lifts is done. We did a very quick in and out dumbbell lift, less than an hour. Only filmed like I think 1 exercise because then people started coming in and I feel really uncomfortable with getting people in my videos and then putting them online, whatever. So it is 12:40. I am really hungry, so I'm gonna have one of these as usual. And I also have my little Gatorade to hold me over to grab a couple things from the grocery store so I don't end up buying 5 million things. I just need a couple basics. I need bananas, I need tofu, maybe protein powder, and some like crunchy snacks. I might get myself a little treat for lunch, we shall see. I went to my least favorite grocery store because they don't even have good quality stuff and they're more expensive than others, but it's the closest one to my gym, so whatever. We just got a couple basics. We got banana, we got these only what you need shakes. Clearly I had one on the way home because I was starving. Pita chips, Luna bar is a snack, another snack, some frozen vegetables, microwave rice, tofu, and one of these packs of chana masalas. I feel like when you buy food, you can buy cheap and healthy, cheap and convenient, or healthy and convenient. You can't have all three. I personally choose healthy and convenient because could I buy regular rice? Yes. Could I buy fresh veggies? Yes. Could I buy chickpeas in my own chana masala? Yes. However, I'm a lazy girl and I do not like to cook. So when I'm just feeding me and I'm not worrying about my girlfriend, I end up subsiding off of these. Luckily, I get a lot of food from work. Like this week, tomorrow and Wednesday, I'm going out to lunch for work and work pays for all of that. And I do that very often. So I don't usually need to worry. Maybe it's not so glamorous. Maybe it's not so like social media, what I eat in a week style, but That's the honest truth, is that I save a lot of time on cooking by spending more money for healthy convenience stuff, drinking a lot of shakes, and basically getting a bunch of food from work. We are on our way to Run Club. Guys, I don't know if 5 miles is gonna happen tonight. We'll hit 3 and see how it goes. And it is in the 80s, I think, but not at all humid, honestly feeling pretty good. Maybe summer training is paying off because it does not feel like I'm in the pits of hell. Four and a half miles done, felt so good. Was not a full 5 miles like I anticipated. I considered pushing the last half mile, but I was like, I'll just tack it on later in the week. Hey everyone, welcome to Tuesday. It is Tuesday evening and I am just taking a little walk. I've got to fix my hair. It is Tuesday evening and I'm just taking a little walk. It did initially start out to be a run, but I got like 5 minutes in and my legs were so insanely heavy. Like, I can't even emphasize enough to you how heavy they were, which makes a lot of sense because yesterday was a double. And also I realized that I have not had a full rest day since Wednesday of last week. So I was like, you know what? We just gotta take this down a notch. I will say as an update, the past couple weeks I was like, oh my God, like I expected to gain so much weight while training because I always gain weight when I'm training, but I haven't noticed it at all. Guys, we're starting to notice it a little bit. Which is fine, like I'm not mad about it, but it was just something. For the first couple weeks I was so like full of hubris. I was like, I'm literally getting like snatched and I don't even want to lose any more weight. That has reversed, and it's not because I'm not like confused as to why. It's because I'm eating like a maniac, which I have no regrets about, but it's just a fun thing to notice. And I think also is because I need to eat more earlier in the day so that at night I'm not just like eating 5 billion snacks, which has been the case. So that will be something we're practicing over the next couple weeks. We're like 3 miles in, feeling pretty good. I'm really glad that once I started running, my legs actually responded, so that was nice. Incredibly humid again, which is unfortunate, as you can tell by my hair. If I was committed, I could eke out like a couple more miles, but my AirPods are dying and I'm also worried my car's gonna get towed because we have construction going on. So I might just wrap it up at like 3.5 or something. Our slightly inflated stats. Sometimes I do feel a little bad about pretty often not being able to hit my prescribed mileage because just with my schedule, I can absolutely fit in 45 minutes plus like warm up, cool down, whatever. And a full hour is plus warm up, cool down, etc. is a little difficult when I'm hybrid, thankfully, so I do have a lot more flexibility, but it still is hard. So I'm gonna walk a little bit of a cool down, get ready for work, head to work, do my day, yoga class. I could also probably squeeze in more running time if I didn't do cross training, like, yoga or lifting or anything, but like I'm not willing to do that because I feel like it's not good for your body and you're just asking for injury. And it's better to be slightly undertrained than like show up totally run out, injured, and weak. That's my opinion. Work is over. I am headed to yoga right now. For lunch, I had another work lunch, but the restaurant we went to had no vegan options, so I did the classic garden salad with a side of fries move. Anyone who's vegan will understand what I'm talking about when I say that move, and it was actually stupendous. It was very delish, but I fear I'm deeply dehydrated, which is not really what you want to be before like a 75-minute hot yoga class. The level of sweaty I am from yoga is actually
feels like it should be illegal. Like, I can't even show you my sweat lines because they're just all I'm wet. I'm damp. So that's a little disgusting, but it was a really good class. It was super hot, hour and a half, Bikram 26 and 26-2 yoga. So that kicked my ass. And I'm so hungry. I drank my whole oh my gosh. I drank my whole thing of coconut water.
Hello everyone, happy Friday. We are reaching the end of our week, starting to head into a busier weekend of training. I didn't film yesterday. All I really did was walk an hour on the stair stepper. Boring, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do for vert training. We're here eating breakfast, a very average Cara breakfast of sourdough toast, homemade by my girlfriend, some banana, cinnamon, and sunflower seed butter. So and I already had my coffee with, I mixed protein powder in it, which I never ever do because I had no milk, so I was like, I need to have something in here. And it actually was a lot better than expected. 10 out of 10. I am working from home today like most Fridays, so today is a lot more flexible. So I consider my weekend to start on Friday, even though I am technically working. So I'm going to eat my toast, do my little journaling, and then head out for a very quick 2-mile run, mostly just to like get a little shakeout because my legs are kind of sore. I did like an hour on the stair stepper last night, and then we ate like a million tacos, so I'm feeling pretty good. I got like 8.5 hours of sleep last night. I'm ready to take on the weekend.
Feeling absolutely chill a mile in. There's nothing like a quick 2-mile run to like reinvigorate my enjoyment of running, because sometimes it can feel like a chore, honestly. I want fall to be here so bad. You have no idea. Okay, we are showered. We are changed. We have breakfast part 2. I did do another little mini grocery haul. So we have our little daily treats right over here. And then we just have my protein sources, some more soy milk because I ran out, some crackers, and some applesauce. These are my like bigger ticket items, like the protein powder and like the fancy protein shakes and whatnot. But I did want to get them before my long run tomorrow. So I alternate gels with applesauce packets. So that's what I'll be eating tomorrow. And then since I'll be out there for a couple hours, I'm starting to get really sick of like sweets. So I'm hoping if I can add these like little stackers into the mix and have like crackers that have salt and carb or whatever, I will feel less like, oh my God, if I have another gel, I'm gonna die. And then I'm planning on having either this or this tomorrow morning for like my caffeine. And these are just generally for like snacking purposes, but also I always like to have one of these on my car ride home from the trail, so I don't get home and then immediately eat like 500 pounds of potato chips and actually get some like sustenance in so I don't go hog wild. These, I really like the Vega protein powder a lot. I don't usually get it because sometimes it's more expensive than the others. My favorite is Vega Sport, which is my absolute all-time fave, the vanilla kind. But they didn't have the sport version, so I got just the original protein. For lunch, we are having some tacos left over from last night. Pretty delish. I do have chips, but I don't know if I should unleash chips on myself because I will eat the whole bag. Happy Saturday, everyone. You know what that means. It is long run day. We're headed to a trail I've done my short runs on before, but never a long run. So I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm at the trailhead and there's actually a lot of people here already at 7 in the morning, which is so nice because it really freaks me out to be on trails where there's not a lot of people around. So like I showed you yesterday, we're experimenting a little bit with fuel. Before my run, I had these Velveeta crackers and half of this, maybe a cold brew protein shake, not the best thing, but it's the caffeine I had.
Of course, we have liquid IV in here, in this bad boy. I always don't dilute it enough. Let's see. That's passable. So we have our usual routine of applesauce and gels. Honestly, I've been sticking to just gels until like my third gel, and then I need to switch it up. But I'm also trying out these crackers because I think that will help me so much when I start getting up there and I'm like, I don't want to eat anything else sweet. So I'll probably go out for an hour or whatever, and then when I loop back to my car, grab one of these. But in the meantime, really not much else to do but go for it. So talk to you later.
1.2 miles in, and I'm looping back to my car because, per usual, I did not dilute my liquid IV enough. It'd probably be fine if I had like a vest with like electrolyte drink in one and then plain water in the other. But with just one, like, I cannot have it be super, super strong. It's super humid and it's super hilly. So this is going to be a challenge. We're 4 miles in, taking salty caramel gel. Last time I took it, I was like, meh, but we'll see how it goes second time around. I'm getting cooked, but this is such a good heat/vert training. Sorry, I'm like shaking all around. I have my water bottle tucked underneath my elbow. This is such good, like, training, you know? I just have to keep it up for 10 more miles. A little under 7.5 miles in. The humidity is definitely getting better. I'm feeling good, though I'm behind on my fueling. I should have had a gel like 15 minutes ago, but I was locked in. And foolishly, I let my battery get too low on my watch, so we might not have heart rate data for this, but I know it's gonna say too high anyway. I don't actually think I'm dehydrated, so that's good. I'm just deeply, deeply sweaty. Okay. I don't pause my watch when I take these little breaks. Just because, like, if I'm actually running a race, the time's not going to stop. Crackers are, like, the best decision I ever made. They, like, stick to the inside of my mouth, but, like, they're just what I want. I don't know exactly what the humidity is, but, like, it's for sure high 80s. This is horrendous. This is definitely the hardest training run I've done, and I'm learning so much from the humidity and the vert and fueling. We did it. My watch died. I ran my 12 miles so fast that my last mile felt agonizing. But we did it. We hit our long run. That was the longest I've ever run in my entire life. And I feel like I want to lay down and drink water and take a shower. That's how I'm feeling right now. One shower and dog walk later, I had a Cliff Bar. Now I'm drinking a protein shake. Ready for a debrief. So not only was this the longest I've ever run, but it was also the most vert I've ever done, which was super helpful. Previously, I've been working up to longer and longer distances, but doing it on pretty flat trails. This one, I think I ended up getting like 1,300 feet of elevation gain, which is maybe not a lot for a lot of people, but is definitely by far the most ups and downs I've ever done. And I thought that was super, super helpful to practice, especially the downhills, because I've been climbing on the stair stepper and I can climb just fine, but it's just hammering the downhills that kills your quads. And around the like 10 or 11 mile mark, I started feeling like my legs were getting tired. So I think that is something that is very good for me to
focus on. It's very easy for me to get behind on my gels. I think after I was out there for 2 hours, I started like falling back a little bit. So I think it's important for me to keep myself on a pretty strict schedule, or like plan out in advance exactly what I'm gonna eat and when. And also those Ritz stackers, the little crackers, oh my God, life-saving. That was so perfect. I was really excited to be done and to break 13 miles, that I ran that 12th mile way too fast, so that by the time I had to run that 13th mile, I was so gassed, and I was just like walking a lot of it, and I was like, wow, this is not how I wanted my like final mile to go. Now for the rest of the day, for once in my life, I have no weekend plans. Usually I'm pretty booked and busy, but I stayed in last night on Friday, got nothing on the agenda today, and tomorrow I have tentative plans to swim with a friend, but I don't actually know if that's going to come to fruition. So we're having a solo weekend. So I'm trying to embrace it. Not usually my MO to embrace a solo weekend. I start to spiral and I'm like, why does no one want to hang out with me? But it will be good. We'll spend time on our hobbies. It'll be fine. Plan after I film this is I want to edit and publish this week's YouTube video that you're watching right now. I need to prep to get a new kitchen table. So I need to move our current one into the other room and like clean and do all that stuff. And I need to take a nap. Now the question will be, in what order do I do that? Thank you for watching this week of training. I really appreciate you being on my journey with me. Feel free to subscribe because we have a whole couple months left until my actual race. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.